So the final steps in assembling our belt drive car, version 2. This part, we just want to build that cool little fairing at the back of the car, make it look like more of a race car. To do that, we're going to need two pieces cut with slants to them. They'll be about 2 inches wide. I use my grid on my cutting mat to measure that out. But all I'm doing is cutting one piece and using that to trace another so that I have two that line up very closely, just like this. Once I have those pieces, I want to note where I'm going to place them on the back of the car. I drew a couple of lines right on the back to show you. They're maybe about a third in from each side. Add a strip of hot glue and just set them on there carefully and just hold them into place a little bit. That glue will hold those pretty tightly once it sets. Then I'm going to cut the piece that goes on top, and those are just you can make this any way you want to, really. I just made a piece that's about 2.5 to 3 inches wide, and I'm gluing a couple of them together. But you can make these round, you can make it square, you can make it with angles, you can do it any way you want to. Once I have this piece set up, then I can pretty easily glue them onto the two slanted vertical pieces I made before. Just make sure they're straight, or that back piece is going to look a little bit crooked. But once it's on there, it glues and dries pretty quickly, and that's what the finished car looks like. So there's a couple of trial runs that we can do once we have everything set up. So if I just flip the switch and turn it on, notice that I have the battery set up pretty close to the front, it's pretty close to the front wheel. So once I let it go, that weight in the front is actually going to make the car do Cheerios. So now I've got the battery moved back from the front wheels. And when I turn it on, now it goes much straighter. Now I've turned the wheels, so I've loosened those clips and rotated the clip holding the front wheels to the left. So now it'll go around in circles. Maybe it'll spin out a little bit. You can make the car do different things. You can make it go to the right or the left, or in any direction that you want. So here's a couple of challenges you can try with that capability. So first of all, you could set your car up and see if you can get it as straight as possible to knock over some. I set up empty 2-liter bottles like a bowling lane. Here I'm doing the same thing, but I put an obstacle in the way. See if you can curve the car correctly to knock over the bottles. And now you can set up a ramp to see if you can get the car to go as high up on the ramp as possible. And this way you can add traction to the wheels to see if that does anything. So lots of ways you can have fun with this. So I invite you to try.